Alright, welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2021. So in the last episode, we restored this Ribbsan Starline. It's basically a Skyline. We found in the junkyard, and it looked terrible. It had, like, what, one wheel, maybe? And we fixed it. We fixed everything up. The body is perfect. The engine is perfect. The interior is perfect, but, well, the suspension isn't perfect, because I wasn't sure I was going to be able to afford it, and so I got scared. And you'll see our parts is still at 80%. So we're going to come back and we're going to do the rest of what we didn't do in the last video. So we're going to do, really, it should just mostly be suspension and whatnot. We're going to get it all fixed up and get it sold, so make a bunch of money. Right now we're sitting at 59,520 credits of profit. And I've got 15,000 credits to do this job. So let's get on a lift and let's get it up in the air so we can get this suspension pulled apart and get every single part replaced with 100%, like 100%, conditioned parts. So yeah, you can see there's the sadness. Everything looks so good until you get in here a little bit more. So let's pull everything out. We did have to replace all the wheels, so those are fine. I think I did a little bit with brakes, maybe? I can't remember. Yeah, it looks like this rotor is definitely new, or at least it's been, resurfaced in the brake lathe. So we'll make sure all of that's looking good, but it shouldn't take too long. It should be pretty simple. And then we should, hopefully, I'm curious to see how much more money we will get for it. And we drove it last time with the sad suspension on it. So now I kind of want to maybe drive it after we fix the suspension and see how different it is. Now, what's kind of a bummer here is I do not have the test path, and the test path includes a tool to do the actual wheel alignment, which is really interesting. That's a new thing in Car Mechanic Simulator 2020. You can also do a headlight alignment in the test path, so that's cool. I'm going to buy the test path probably once I get the money from this job. So we can check that out hopefully in the next video. But yeah, for now I don't have a way to align it. So it still might drive a little wonky, but hopefully it's better. I don't know. I don't really know how much they did to try to simulate, poor suspension quality as far as the driving experience goes. So I guess we'll see. And I'm also going to have to go a little bit on memory of how it was last time, which, yeah, we'll see how that goes. So far, brakes are looking good. I might have replaced the brakes all the way around. Actually, I kind of feel like I remember doing that now. So, it may be good brake-wise, but we'll just need to get some of these other pieces fixed. The knuckles are in pretty tough shape. We did replace the shock absorber on that side. Actually, I think we didn't have one. So, that one is now brand new, but this one is a bit crummy and a bit rusty, apparently, as well. So, okay, those spots, got it, cool. Here we go, get that off. Pull away our knuckle cover. We'll do that lower control arm, our ball joint, and then our two bushings there on the subframe, and the floating knuckle. Oh, never mind, it is technically held on with the tie rod end here. So, cool. A lot of this I guess we'll see how much of this we can actually fix versus what we actually have to replace. But from here, after this car, I think I want to do, hopefully I have enough money to put some performance parts in a car and see what kind of power we can get out of a car. So, do some actual upgrades of, putting better parts into a vehicle. And yeah, so there's the front end all done, good to go. Yeah, these brakes do look good. But the actual rear suspension here is going to be a bit sad. I can see that drive axle is not looking too hot. 17%, yeah. Let's get this off so we can get all this apart. The fuel tank actually probably could go as well. Gotta spray these two. This suspension is not bad to take apart. This is typically the suspension you see on some of the sportier vehicles in the game, which is what I would expect from this car. Oh yeah, I did replace that bushing. So I think the bushings on both sides were so shot. I felt bad leaving them in. But we will take that out so we can get all of these suspension arms out. Those bushings are not so hot. This rear shock absorber on each side, I believe, was new. And we did have to replace some parts. Like, I think these arms didn't exist. It looks like the spring back here and the cap are new, but then the bottom spring cap is not new. So, you know, it's a little bit piecemeal. We're trying to save a buck, but in the end I had enough money, so we can do it the right way now, which is a good feeling. That bushing is not happy. Okay, so we will have to remove this drive shaft. I guess we can just go ahead and do that. The drive shaft we did manage to repair. Remember that. Which is cool because drive shafts are kind of expensive. Let's swing around and do this side. Hopefully we get a bit more money from this, though. That'll be fun if we can get a bit more. We are at 59,000 credit profit, so we'll see what we spend. About 15,000. So hopefully I think we'll make back whatever we spend here. Yeah, kind of bounce between bolts there. Okay. Bolt that. Hub. Again, shock absorber on this side also is brand new. Our bushing over here is not brand new. Okay, so I thought we replaced both of them. Nope, that one was 15%. Not looking so hot. Let's do this upper suspension arm. And its bushings. That looks like a new arm, so the bushings are also new. This also looks like a new arm, so I would expect its bushings to be new. Yes, they are. On the other side, actually... Oh, no, it was this one that was not new. Okay. Looks like we got a new cap, a top cap with a spring, and the bottom cap are not new, so... Quite a few components here to replace with the repaired versions or new components. So good improvements to be made. But really, won't take us very long, because once we got this rear end apart, we should have everything. We should have everything out. I'll get the fuel tank out, but... And you don't have to drain the fuel system. That's not a thing in the game. We've got fluids. Of course, we've got oil like we've always had. We now have coolant. We have windshield wiper fluid. We have brake fluid. But we don't have fuel. Fuel, well, I mean, we have it somewhere, kind of, but it's not like really that serious. So, okay, so there's that. We're going to go and try to repair everything we can. I guess this, oh yeah, I bought a bunch of benches because I didn't know what parts went in there, so I can get rid of some of these. Oh, maybe I didn't need to put on, maybe I didn't put another license plate on. Okay, we should be able to, we'll just see what we can repair. Hopefully there's a few things. Maybe. Okay, good. Nice. All right, here we go. Ah, yes. The repairing station. Save us some money here with this little mini game. It's not bad. And as you upgrade this skill, you repair more at a time. And you also, I think, increase your chance to just instantly repair, instantly fully repair it. So that's kind of cool. That one was a little risky. It's not. This isn't very hard, though, I will say. It's nice. It's a lot easier than, like, haggling in barn finders or something. Gosh, if it was that mini game, I don't know what I would do. Oh, I would be so upset if I got into there and it was just the same haggling. I mean, not that it's the same developers, but, you know, it would just be like such a troll. It'd be very, very sad. Okay, we're actually managing to repair quite a bit in here, which should save us quite a bit of cash. Yeah, we are slowly spending a little bit of money, but I mean, compared to replacing these parts, it is nothing. And so far, I haven't failed yet, which is good, because this isn't super hard. Alright. That was pretty good, I gotta say. I'm gonna go over the... well, I shouldn't have anything to brake. The brakes are fine, so I shouldn't have anything there. Okay. And I won't have anything for the body, because the body stuff's done, but I don't know. I just felt like I wanted to check it anyway. So let's go through, and let's sort by condition. And then let's see what kind of sad stuff we have going on here. We still have a lot of bushings, which is not... there's no surprise there. So we've got... Let's see now. Wish I'd sorted by name. Okay. Well, sort of. I don't even know what I wish I'd sort by. It's all just kind of terrible. Condition. I don't know. It doesn't work well when you have some that are fine. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rubber bushings. Boom. Okay. And Small, we've got 1, 2, 3. One, two, three? Just 3? Okay, well. Now you can just bulk sell, but to keep track of things, I think I'm going to do this. Okay, so 3 small. Alright, so that'll hopefully clean up our screen a little bit. Clear the search by hitting X, which I really like that feature. We're going to need 4 wheel hub bearings. I know that. We're going to need 2 caps. I just know that. I need a steering rack because we can't ever fix the steering rack. How about up here? 1 inner, 1 outer. Alright. Let's grab a steering rack. Let's grab ties. Actually, hubcaps. We're going to need 4 wheel hub bearings. And then I know we're going to need 2 caps. So that gets a few things. Yep. Let's get some of these bearings out. Get some caps out. Bearing, cap, bearing. Cool. Stuff's happening. Alright. Rear sway, front. We're rear sway B, front sway. End link A in the front. And 1 rear end link? Oh no, 2 rear end links. Okay. Rear sway B. Alright, let's see if we can do this correctly. Rear sway B, front sway, 1 link A, and then 2 rear links. I think that was correct. Okay, just a few odds and ends here. The shock absorber A, I'm just going to rebuild. So, I guess I can do that part. Shock, and it's going to be front shock absorber A. Nope, that's rear. Don't do that. Front shock absorber A. We're going to need a cap. We're going to need a front spring. And we're going to need a rear spring. We're also going to need the lower cap, at least 1. So I got my rear spring. I got my shock absorber A. Okay, yeah. We got the spring cap. What else? We good on suspension stuff, I think. Yeah, steering rack needs to go. Yeah, just kind of odds and ends. Front wheel hub, rear wheel, yeah, you know, it's whatever. Front wheel hub, rear wheel hub. Okay. This is the most fun part of the game. Now, of course, you can use a shopping list. I could just do that. In fact, maybe it's just I'm just so used to not doing it. But we could do that. Like, let's just add these to the shopping list and save myself some trouble. Fuel tank, and then let's consult the list. Ah, yes, I still have things on here from some other job I did at some point. Okay, go in here. Yeah, this is probably faster, you know. This is probably a little better. Alright, then we can just clear that whole list. And that should be everything, ideally. Let's see. Let's start putting it back together. Cross member, we managed to fix that. Knuckle. Alright, steering rack. Bushings are actually going to hold the subframe in. That is probably where you would want to start. Get the subframe up and actually, you know, bolt the subframe in. But the game, unfortunately, for some reason doesn't make you do that. It's interesting it's not an assembly. I guess that honestly does us a lot of favor, because otherwise, this game is weird. So, like, if it's part of an assembly, you can't take it off not as assembly. So, like, if you were assembling the subframe as an assembly with all the bushings, which is like what you would do if you were putting it back in the car, then you lose the ability to just remove a bushing. So it's kind of interesting, but I get it. I mean, it totally makes sense, but it's a thing about this game that doesn't really translate as much with real life. Like, you'd have more flexibility, obviously, but you know, it's not trying to like guide you through everything. So it makes sense. Just interesting. So yeah, after this, if I did everything right, which I feel pretty good about, we should have 100% quality on all of our components, which will be neat. And hopefully that brings our resale price up quite a bit. And I'm going to wait, and we're not going to put any wheels on yet, because I want to make sure I put the wheels in the right spot. Let's get our subframe bushings all finished up. Oh, we do our end link too. That's why we're not actually getting the prompt to put the wheel on, but now we are. Okay. In here, do that. I need to put that shock absorber together. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. I'll go together. While that's going, I actually wanted to look at what I've got here, because we don't want any of that. Okay. Put our shock absorber on. Good. Let's get the end link on there. And then we can get our tie rod. And we can put the rest of the front in together here. Front wheel hub. Good. Get our bearing in there. We can do our cap. And then brakes. And we'll do our wheels. We'll make sure when we do the wheels here, I have wider tires in the rear. So we'll just double check to make sure we do that right. I am sad I cannot align it. I like how I'm like, double check to make sure we did it right. Then I don't look at all. Okay, 255s, 255. Okay, we want 255s up front, 295s are going to go in the back. Not bad. Comes together pretty quick. Suspension's pretty fast. Fast, and yet this video is already like 15 minutes long, so, you know. Get our cross member in there. Rear wheel drive. Can't remember if this, I don't think this car comes, no, I think this is kind of like the top spec version of this. I think this is the turbocharged inline 6, and I don't think there's an all-wheel drive version. I don't think so. I mean, obviously, like real Skyline, there would be, but I don't think that's a thing. It's kind of cool to see from this side. I never do it from this side. Drive axle. Brake. Let's get our sway bar in. Get this bushing in. And link. Get this lower suspension arm on. Good. Looking much less crusty now. Yes. Good. Again, really should probably bolt the actual subframe in here, but shock absorber. Good. And we should be able to put our wheel on here without doing any more. So I guess we'll just finish this side up. Oh, actually, gotta do the suspension arm. All small bushings. Those are long bolts. Luckily, I've got my screwing speed upgraded a bit. Makes that a little less painful. And then we got our 295s in the rear. Now, before we switch sides, I want to put my fuel tank in. My new fuel tank with my already new fuel pump. I think it had no fuel pump or a completely crusty, horrible fuel pump that would prevent the car from starting. So. In. I feel like in real life, I mean, I think there would be a pretty specific order of operations that you do these suspension arms in. In fact, the fact that I'm able to drop that one in with this shock absorber in the way is kind of wild. Like, it's like, it would definitely not go in then. You would have to do that in a different order. There's no way that's going to go on with that shock absorber in the way, so. We need like some of that like clash detection from PC Building Simulator to come into this a little bit or something, because at least that game does a better job at some of that. It's a little pickier about making sure you're doing order correctly and whatnot. This game, you know, it's simplified for sure, but I mean it's also fun because it's simplified. What do we got? We got one more control arm. Suspension arm down here, and then we should be good. Just need to get our wheel on and bolt up our drive shaft, and we should be good. Oh yeah, you know, well, suspension, it's important. I'm gonna work on this bushing also, and the bushing here in the front. You know, minor stuff, and then hopefully we'll see 100% for all parts. And if we don't, I will be confused. But I don't have a test path, so I don't know. I don't have to figure it out somehow. Okay, that should be everything in the rear. Though I think I've touched every part on this car now, so actually the condition should show up on the screen anyway. Okay. So hopefully 100% on everything. Yep, body, parts, frame, and interior. So how much? We were at 59,000 for profit, and it brought us up to 75,000 credits in profit. So well worth it, considering that only cost us not even maybe 300 or maybe 3,000 credits. So that was super worthwhile. Made a quick buck, and the car should drive a lot better and sell for more. So let's just take it for a test drive. I'm curious to drive it one more time and see exactly how it drives with the fixed suspension. I don't know. We'll see if I can tell. So we're here on the speed track. I've actually never been here. I'm just kind of curious to see. Maybe it's not the best place to test driving. I don't know. But because I can go anywhere I want, right? Okay, cool. So, I mean, it's actually not bad. I can go anywhere I want. It's definitely not aligned. Look at this. It's pulling right. It is pulling right. Wow, that's interesting. Here, let me show you on a straight line how much it's pulling right. It's actually going to be very bad for speed. Okay, we're just going to hit straight. We're just going to floor it. Yeah. It's not aligned, I don't think. I think this is going to get pretty bad at speed. But I'm kind of curious to see how fast this can go. Can I get the game in miles per hour? Would that be possible? Is that like a fighter jet over there? What was that? Oh, geez. No, I forgot there's 4 cameras. 175 kilometers an hour? That's not bad. How long is this? Yeah, I wish it was aligned, I'll tell you that. I really wish it was aligned. But we broke 200 kilometers an hour. That's pretty good. It's like, what, 150 miles an hour? I don't know. Somebody get your calculator. I think it's only going to be good for about 202. It would help if I didn't have to correct the steering. Oh, okay, well, the brakes pulled it off. Good job, brakes. Can we do donuts? Kinda. Sorta. This thing probably needs more power. But in the next video, hopefully, we'll get to build some with some more power. Okay, you can e-brake. That's interesting. And it's not bad power, but we'll be able to do more. Hopefully get the dyno, and we'll have more money to actually buy performance parts and do something up pretty cool. So I'm going to go back and sell it really quick. So let's sell this and make a quick buck. So we're just under 13,000, and we are going to make 74,349 profit, but we're going to sell it for 87,000. So let's do it. It's going to feel really good. Oh, look at that money. Credits over 100,000. Wow, life is good. So yeah, I'm going to be doing, more of that kind of stuff, doing some more restorations. I'm going to buy the test path so I can do alignments. So we've got the test path in here. We can do alignments. We can do headlight calibration. We're also going to want to get the dyno. That's a little expensive, but that will allow you to actually tune the car and get more power of it, as well as we can put performance parts in it. So that should be pretty fun. So there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, you want to see more videos of Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 or any of the other games I've been playing, be sure to subscribe. And either way, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. See ya.